Well, hello and welcome to our continued live coverage of the Women's European Handball Championships, jointly hosted by Hungary and Croatia. Paul Bray here with you for this Group 2 main round game between defending champions Montenegro, coming out now, and the surprise package of the tournament, the Netherlands. We're back in the Croatian capital at the Arena Zagreb. I'm afraid sparsely populated, as we have previously mentioned, because Croatia did not make it through to the main round. 3 matches today. Coming up later on, Sweden will take on Slovakia, and then at the end of the day, Germany are up against France. Well, depending on the results, this group could be decided by this evening. This is how the table looks at the moment. Netherlands and Sweden on top with 5 points, Montenegro and France on 4, while at the bottom, Germany and Slovakia on 0. Those two teams out of contention for a place in the semi-final. The other 4, it's all wide open. Here is Montenegro arriving a little earlier. Well, looking in good mood. Looking quite relaxed, in fact. And here are the Dutch. Groot, the playmaker, leading the way in. Polman, who should have such an influence, looking a bit more focused, headsets on, either motivational or relaxing music. So introductions are being made for the Netherlands. Well, they really have been one of the surprise packages of the tournament, beating Germany 29-26 on the opening day, only conceding a draw to Sweden in the closing seconds of their second match. They've lost only 1 game in the tournament at the end of the preliminary round. It was an academic game against Croatia, who by then were already eliminated, and then continued with their good form in the main round with a comfortable 30-20 win over Slovakia to go top of Group 2. Well, their flowing attacks have caused a lot of problems for their opponents, while their tough defence leaves them second only to Sweden in the fast break rating. Win here today won't guarantee them a place in the semi-final, but it could spell the end of Montenegro's semi-final aspirations if Sweden win the next game. We briefly saw Henk Groene, the coach of the Netherlands team, who must be absolutely delighted with their performance. And now the team of Montenegro, defending champions, have no margin for error today. They need to win to keep control of their own fate. 2 early wins in the preliminary stages versus Serbia and Slovakia were followed by a defeat against France, and just 2 points going into the main round. It left them needing to win all their remaining matches to qualify. Semi-final place requires it now. They started well enough, 27-20 win over Germany, but today they're up against an informed Dutch team. 12 players remain, though, from the Euro 2012 winning team, and they will need to call on all of their experience to try and influence things here. Right back, Katarina Bulatovic, top scorer at Euro 2012, and the playmaker Knežević is their top scorer here and was 3rd top scorer at Euro 2012. Should again lead the way for Montenegro, who have the best, or the second best rather, shooting conversion rate in the main round after Sweden. Although they've also scored the 3rd least goals, so it suggests that they don't shoot that often. When they shoot, they are effective. I saw briefly Dragan Adzic, their trainer, and now the referees from Romania, Diana Carmen Florescu and Ana Maria Duta. The table officials are going to be introduced. Božidar Djokovic of Serbia, Monika Hagen of Sweden, and we've got the scorer, timekeeper and so on. And even the mascot Foxet is in attendance. So now time for the national anthems. The Netherlands first. Dutch success built on solidarity, they say, showing it there as their anthem is played. And now the anthem of Montenegro. Well, the fans coming in all shapes and sizes. Only one official meeting between these two teams at the World Championships last year in Serbia. Montenegro won 27-25 in the group stages. It was close, and it tells us that there is nothing in it between these two teams. But if Montenegro lose, their fate is out of their hands, and were Sweden to win the next game against Slovakia, they would be out. Here's the lineup for the Netherlands. Players to look out for, of course, the left-back Polman, who's on excellent form with 24 goals and 14 assists. Groot, the playmaker, is on 16 goals, while Van der Heijden is on 18, while Broch has been hugely efficient on the line with an 88% conversion rate. There is Polman, 24 goals, a 60% conversion rate, and she has scored one of the best goals of the competition in the preliminary stages to boot. Van der Heijden over on the right-hand side is on 18 goals, a 51% success rate for the 24-year-old who plays in Denmark for Esbjerg. One up for Montenegro, well, of course, Katarina Bulatovic, the right back, and Milena Knežević will be key. Right winger Radičević has also been on good form, but Barjaktarovic, the goalkeeper, third in the rankings, a 40% save rate in the competition is excellent. And there is Milena Knežević, 64% conversion rate for her 23 goals. And Henk Gruner is back to us, the coach of the Netherlands, who's done a splendid job here. And the Netherlands stand on the cusp of making some history for their nation. Dragan Adzic, meanwhile, the coach of Montenegro, who also coaches the champions Budućnost. So Wester will start in goal for the Netherlands, youngest player in the Dutch side, just 21 years of age, plays for Oldenburg in Germany. Fair bet that we know that Sonja Barjaktarovic will start in goal for Montenegro. 107 internationals. There is Wester though, just 14 internationals, hasn't played in a senior major competition for the Netherlands, but was in their European Under-19 Championship squad a couple of years ago. So there she is, Barjaktarovic, 28 years of age, plays for Rostov-Don in Russia. 107 internationals, hugely experienced. Much of the Montenegrin team, in fact, come from Budućnost, who were beaten semi-finalists last year in the Champions League competition, beaten by Győrieto, Hungarian champions. So we're just about ready here in the Arena Zagreb to get the first match of the day underway. Concentrated looking Katarina Bulatovic, 30-year-old. Veteran player. And Barjaktarovic waiting anxiously. Play will go away from her initially, and we're just waiting for the clock to hit the right moment. Here we go then. Montenegro in the all-white strip. Throw off today, playing from right to left. Netherlands today in an unusual all-black strip. At least unusual for us. We've seen them mostly in their orange strip so far. So it's a good Dutch defence, 6-0 defence, very mobile. They get across very quickly, and they try and seize on the fast breaks. As I mentioned earlier, they have one of the best records in the competition on fast breaks behind Sweden. So Wester happy with that. The defence doing its job and keeping shooting at bay. Polman comes in, not being used in attack. She has got a heavy protective brace you can see on the right leg, but it doesn't seem to impede her movement at all, although she did take a knock. I suspect more of a dead leg the other day. First shot from the Netherlands, parried away by Barjaktarovic. Third best goalkeeper in the competition on percentage rates. Knežević into the wing, that's lovely, opened up a big angle, the shot straight into the keeper, but she was barged in the act of shooting. And Radičević has won a penalty. Little shove, Snelda at fault. So Radičević, who plays in Macedonia for Vardar Skopje. And Bulatovic gets us underway. impressive scoring rate, Bulatovic. 263 goals for Montenegro in only 44 appearances before Euro 2014. That's some going. A little bit of shoving and pushing going on the line, and Lazovic being given a friendly reminder by the Romanian referees, but that will probably be the last time she gets that kind of informal warning. Hit straight back, nicely done. Interesting Polman from the centre position rather than left back, coming around. Van der Heijden, I thought, was going to put a block on, but didn't need to. She found space on her own. 1-1. Polman for the Netherlands was rested in their third match against Croatia, which they lost. As I said, it was inconsequential. The match result was not going to be carried into the main round since they were already knocked out, the co-hosts. 2-1 meanwhile, Montenegro, courtesy of Zuzana Lazovic. Won't count. Attacking foul, back come Montenegro. Bit of a shove as she went to shoot. Katarina Bulatovic goes flying. Two of them, one after the other. So play resumes. Jovanovic at left back. Knežević in the centre. You wouldn't have anyone else there, frankly, with 23 goals and a 64% success rate, their best player. Wester makes another save. Free throw. Knežević gets a warning. Solid defending. It is a trademark of the Montenegrin play. They defend really, really hard. You really have to go and get it. Find those gaps because they give nothing away easily. Very physical. Nothing comes of Smets's shot. Barjaktarovic happy so far. Little handoff. Oof, knocked out by one of the defenders. It'll be a throw-in from the corner. Montenegro, despite being defending champions, still had to go through a qualifying process. In European Championships, you no longer get automatic entry, but they won their group comfortably ahead of Poland, who qualified with them, and then the Czech Republic and Portugal, who didn't. Solid defending by Snelder this time, showing that what Montenegro can give them, the Dutch can dish out as well. 5 minutes played, 2-1 Montenegro. Knežević goes down again, and she's landed flat and probably winded herself. As Ana Maria Duta, the Romanian referee, calls on the medical staff. Just didn't quite get a balance. Solid block by Snelder, who's being totally uncompromising at the moment. Knežević is 24 years of age. Reached the 100th cap now for Montenegro, scoring 250 goals prior to arriving here. Nine of the Montenegrin team play for Budućnost, so it gives them a good solidarity to be based on. That sails over, Barjaktarovic looks up, nothing there. Knežević tries to get away, and Dulfer tried to put herself in the way and bring on the attacking foul. Didn't get it, and Knežević giving some suggestions to the referees. That always goes down well, doesn't it? So into the left back, Jovanovic, 28-year-old, who plays in France for Ici Paris, the number 8 for Montenegro, at the bottom of the picture. Currently second in the French league. Yellow card, and it goes to Nika Groot, Dutch playmaker. He plays in Denmark for Midtjylland. Montenegro strike again. Katarina Bulatovic with her second. Nice jump, but given too much space, and Wester got a hand to it, but could only deflect it upwards. Unlucky, 4 minutes without a goal now for the Netherlands, as Groot shot comes off the post. So Groener is looking on for the moment a little anxiously. But the Montenegrins, to all intents and purposes, this is a last chance saloon game. Oh, off the post, stays in. Radicevic. Excellent start by the defending champions. I don't want to put the Slovakians down in the next game yet, but Sweden are looking in extremely good form. They beat France in their opening main round match and would be expected to beat the Slovakians in the next game, and that means that Montenegro cannot lose here today, because that would put them out of a semi-final contention. Oh, Van der Heyden, so much space. They've given the ball away, but Van der Heyden stumbles off court with it, and it's given as a throw-in rather than the push on her. She had a big gap, maybe took the shot a little too early, could have taken. And there's the helping hand from Radicevic, but the referee feeling that she was the one who took it out without a great deal of help. So 8 minutes in. Coming up to 6 minutes since the Netherlands last scored. Looking for a pass to the line. I'd have thought that came off the foot of the defender anyway, so it should be a free throw to Montenegro. So Pavicevic comes around. Wester didn't quite get behind it, and once again Katarina Bulatovic. It's been a 4-0 exchange, and is Groener going to have to use one of his team timeouts early on, I wonder, on their way through for Smets. She's completely closed down by Radicevic. Again into the wing, a bit more space this time. Well, they needed that, Smets. Oh, the bench are up. But it's been a costly 7-minute spell when they've conceded 4 goals without reply. Knežević. Snelder comes across and blocks. In fact, it wasn't Snelder, it was Kelly Dulfer. No, it was Snelder. My eyes did not deceive me. A line player who plays in Germany for Thüringen, the champions, who are also top of the Bundesliga now. So the wing comes in from the other side. And now the right winger had just managed to conveniently stay in the area, I think, Pavicevic. Knežević now. Oh, brilliant pass! Absolute class. Back Knežević to find Lazovic on the line. Oh, that was a beautiful finish, but the pass. Look at that by Knežević, straight between 2 defenders. And she got herself ahead of Dulfer to finish off. So past the 10-minute mark in this game, and Montenegro leading the Netherlands 6-2. Bit of space. She's just lacking that extra pace to cut in when the gap is there. Van der Heyden. Polman, meanwhile, has got Bulatovic right up on her. She keeps on pushing up, waiting for her at 9 meters. Groot. Polman. Groot. Nice. Just opened up a gap in front of her. You'll see it from this angle there. And as Bulatovic sails across the front, the defense specialist, she shoots behind her. 2 goals in it. Oh, 3, I beg your pardon. I'll do my maths in a second. Oh, we've got a player down, and it's Knežević again. As back come the Dutch. Finally, the play is stopped so that Knežević can receive treatment. She's up. She's spending a lot of time on the ground, and every time she shoots, she drops down, and even the referee's gone up to her and said, no more. I think we've finished mopping the floor now. Stay on your feet. Wow. It's always worth a try. So a change on the line. Broch is in. Number 13, plays for the French champions Metz. In fact, only 4 of the Dutch players play their club handball in the Netherlands, as Polman comes away empty-handed off that shot. Big gap opened up, but this time it was well read by Barjaktarovic. So 3 saves from 6 shots for the Montenegrin keeper. Wester at the other end, not having such a good day at the office, with 1 from 7. Knežević stays on her feet. No, she doesn't. She's down again. And meanwhile, the Dutch are up. 1 extra player if they're quick about it. Oh, good defending. Lazovic just managing to stifle the attack and gives time for everyone to get into position. Bulatovic races in. So Bulatovic, the defense specialist, who, like the goalkeeper, plays in Russia for Rostov-Don. Oh, a poor shot. Groot way over the goal. Bruno has a word with Polman, but they're doing what they can, but it's some good defending by Montenegro, and it needs some inspired shooting, and unfortunately, for the moment at least, their shooting is far from inspired. 3 goals coming from 10 attempts, while at the other end, Montenegro managing a 55% efficiency, 6 goals from 11. Pavicevic goes in on the line. Well, it's all going in. Katarina Bulatovic is in deadly form today. 4th goal for her. Response from the Dutch, though. There was the goal at one end by Katarina Bulatovic, and at the other end, Broch breaking away and shooting, but smacked her head on the ground as she shot. She'll be just a tad dazed when she gets up. 23-year-old. So change in goal for the Netherlands, no surprise there, with Wester making just 1 save from 8. Jasmina Jankovic, the 28-year-old who plays for Metzingen, also in Germany, comes in. More experienced, at least in number of internationals. Wester's played 14 times for the Netherlands, Jankovic 43. Knežević. Bulatovic is coming in, cuts back towards the middle. Makes no difference with Jankovic, as Marija Jovanovic scores. Polman finally finds the net again after scoring the first goal. Gets a second. straight down the middle, the direct route. Nice block on the line to give her the space. Bit of spin, but that's interfered while she was shooting. And Bulatovic has won a penalty. A bit of an elbow to help there by van der Heyden. So Katarina Bulatovic scored one penalty already. And that's two. Goalkeeper picked the right side, but as she lifted the leg, the ball just going in underneath. 86 kilometers an hour, and it's 9-5 Montenegro. We passed the midway point in this game. Fifth goal overall for Bulatovic, who's top scoring. Groot, van der Heyden. First for her. Pulls it back to within three. Barjaktarevic goes the wrong way, but given too much space. They just can do no wrong with their long-range shooting. Jovanovic into the wing, bit of an angle, nicely done. Debbie Bon. Barjaktarevic coming out. There was the goal at the other end. That was a cracking 9-meter throw. And then the response from Bon. So they're still within range, the Netherlands, but fair to say that Montenegro looking the smoother at the moment and defending hard. That's gone out. Good block. Bulatovic this time does not get past the defensive wall as Smets gets in the way. And in fact, I think it may have been Broch. Katarina Bulatovic moves into the center. Quick switch across. Good block again, and Bulatovic goes down pretty much on her own. She threw herself into the defender and going down straight away. Well taken. Break for the Netherlands. And that's how they like to play it normally. It's the first time that Montenegro have given them the opportunity to come out on the break. Groot, 92 kilometers an hour. They're within two. Groot, who's played 67 times for the Netherlands, 186 goals. It sails past the far post. Jovanovic misses a second shot of the game. As Polman comes back in. Changing with Dolfer in defence. Groot, van der Heyden, Polman's down the middle. Well, that's a nicely worked effort, and slowly but surely the Netherlands are coming back. Broch, the scorer. Polman, though, the provider. A 3-goal run without reply. Knežević back at the left-back position to try and stem this run, and they've moved instead Jovanovic into the centre. They've lost possession again. It's a good run here by the Netherlands. Straight through for Van der Heijden. It's all square. Her second. It's going to be a team timeout for Montenegro, who've had a 4-0 reverse now, as Van der Heijden scores to make it 10-all. Let's listen in.
Da ne izmišljamo, molim vas. U odbrani moramo biti kompaktni. Moramo biti tog pivota držati napolje, je krakat. I tako je odigra 1-1 koš. Te ona jedan put do kraja, na 79 do kraja. A kad rade 7, mora biti bliže. Pivot je na sredini. Mora biti petica bliže. I petica mora izaći na tu šestu. Jer vas veže pivot men. I vas odlači ova 70. I još kompaktniji svi. Ajde!
Faster defensive fallback, that's fine, but then don't give the ball away in the first place.
Spelers prima. En je ziet het, hè, het laatste stuk van de eerste helft. Blijf die druk houden in de aanval. Kijk in het aanvalspel dat we ook de buitenkant goed blijven houden, dat we dit midden uit elkaar trekken. Ja, hey, druk naar door blijven houden. Gaat goed naar hè. Kom aan.
So have Montenegro been guilty of thinking that it was in the bag as they went 4 goals up and that they were flowing, and just took the focus away a little bit. Just waiting for the table to be ready. So from a 10-6 lead, it's 10-all as we hit the 20-minute mark in the first half. Such a shame that there are so few spectators here in the Arena Zagreb. We have had, though, a couple of big shocks in the preliminary rounds. First of all, of course, the co-host Croatia, first team to go out of the competition after losing their opening 2 matches. Groot has made excellent connection there with a hapless Jovanovic, who's come away with a slap in the face. But after Croatia's exit, we then had that incredible final match in Group D in Osijek, when Serbia, from a 6-goal lead, managed to lose to Slovakia. First time they've ever lost to the Slovakians. Slovakians who've been in Euro wilderness for so many years. And the Serbs were out as well, one of the big fancy teams, albeit that they were suffering from a number of player injuries and came a little depleted to the competition. Well, the Dutch have found a second wind in defence. And Jesse Kramer taking absolutely no prisoners, the 24-year-old who plays for Kristiansand in Norway. And the line player Lazovic is being given a rough old ride in amongst the Dutch. A few anxious looks on the Montenegrin bench. It's early days yet. One thing they can do, though, is soak up pressure, the Montenegrins. Katarina Bulatovic into the line. Made it hard for herself, but she turned straight away. The defenders were inside the area. But the Dutch have let slip, though. Quick shot goes wide. There is Jankovic, 1 save from 4. Read it well, offered the inside post. Radicevic went for it and she covered it. So they met last year in Serbia at the World Championships, 27-25 to Montenegro. No reason to expect it not to be close again. Oh, off the post, that's nicely done. Knežević scores. Here it is again, and I rather fear that Smets is in trouble. There she is, 2-minute suspension. Well, they certainly needed that. 5 minutes without a goal, Montenegro, conceding 4. Polman tries to go through, only gets a free throw. Nice gap. Oh, brilliant goal. Davy Bond, little bit of spin. It's level again. Knežević, brilliant. Steady finish by Lazovic. And it looks like Montenegro are up and running again. Little push on her, could well have been a penalty anyway, but Lazovic finds the top corner, relief for Adzic and the bench. Well, it has certainly helped to get Milena Knežević back on again. It has steadied things. Meanwhile, van der Heijden gets her third goal. Into the wing, huge gap. They're pushing up and it's costing them. Polman, who'd stayed in defence, went out, and Radicevic could come in for a very good angle on the shot. So coming up to 24 minutes played, we've had 25 goals scored. Interesting to see as the game progresses, though. The Dutch rely very much on their three back players, Polman, Groot and van der Heijden. Have they got the depth on the bench? There's Wester, who's been replaced after just under 14 minutes of play. Into the wing. Oh, fumbled it as she picked it up. But as she fumbled it, rather luckily for her, it went onto the foot of the defender. And it's been a change in goal for Montenegro. Barjaktarovic with only 3 saves from 15, certainly denting her 40% earlier record. With only 20% save rate today, has been replaced by Rajcic. There she is, Barjaktarovic, still trying to stay involved. Oh, stolen. Comfortable giveaway. Radicevic with a third. 2 back-to-back goals. And small band of Montenegrin supporters are happy with that. So Jankovic puts it back up, and we are into the last 5 minutes. Groot, Polman looking for the line, and oh, Polman's gone down very heavily. Lazovic sent her flying. Push after she let the ball go. Brock goes down as well. And Gruner saying to the ref, I saw that, did you? Well, he did. Lazovic is off for that late challenge on Polman. But more to the point for the Dutch, let's hope Polman's okay. She's a fairly critical element in the team. Plays for Esbjerg, currently topping the Danish league. She seems okay on the far side. Well, it is solidarity. Lazovic being given a shoulder to cry on after her 2-minute suspension. Don't think she'll cry for too long. She's a tough one. Attacking foul, good defense. That was clever play, straight up in front of Groot, who, as she looked up, here it is, Knežević. She's not only having an influence in attack, but also in defense. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Montenegro 2 goals up, but short-handed for still another minute and 20 seconds. Knežević tries to go through. That'll run the clock down a little bit. We've got an injury there, van der Heijden, in that collision with Knežević. Have winded her. Catching her a bit with the shoulder, it seems. And van der Heijden winded. Van der Heijden, who also plays for Esbjerg alongside Polman. helps with the combinations, while Adzic has time to brief the players on the bench, turning the bench a little bit more. Pavicevic has come in. She'll go back into the wing. Here we go. Coming inside for a brief moment at left back. Knežević off the post. It'll be a throw in for the Netherlands as Jankovic races to get the ball and put it back in play, so the Netherlands can take full advantage of the power play. The Dutch, who surprisingly top this group on the second day of matches in the main round, and a team timeout for the Netherlands. So Polman, 2 from 5 so far in the game. Van der Heyden top scoring on 3.
45 seconden overtal. Eén goede aanval, goede afsluiting spelen. En in de dekking, denk eraan dat je blijft gaan. Dat er altijd één naar Knežević gaat, dat er altijd één gaat naar Bulatović als hij omkomt. En de rest goed verdichten, niet te ver uit elkaar blijven. Eén goede afspraak.
Speel gewoon een hele rustige korte wissel vanuit het midden. Dus niet openmaken, jij pakt gewoon de bal, je richting veranderen, maakt niet uit naar welke kant. Moeten we ook even kijken dat als die hoek komt prikken, dat we hem eventueel de tweede keer gewoon echt doorspelen, weet je?
Nema veze 2 minuta. Energija mora da pršti. Mora da pršti. A u napad bila je ostala 24, zato je trebalo tamo krilo napadnuti s igrače manje. A vjerovatno, ja vjerujem ćemo se odbraniti. Ali ako bude prostora, tamo napadamo.
Wanting plenty of energy from his players. As Groot resumes operations then for the Netherlands, who trail by 2 and are short-handed, or rather in a power play situation for 35 seconds now. It's longer than you think. Oh, touched her foot, and they've given possession away. And if anything, Montenegro can slow up now. Knežević pulling up, let's have a look, drops the ball. Well, I'd say that's not a football because it touched above the knee. That was unlucky. Still counts as a turnover against the Dutch, though. Knežević goes down theatrically. She was caught high this time by, but she's trying to make it look like she caught her face. I'm not sure if she did. It seems to have been both shoulders. It was certainly a solid challenge. Van der Heyden's gone off, but I'm not sure she caught her, as appeared from her head movement, on the chin. And that's saved, and it'll give some satisfaction to the Dutch that it's Knežević who fails. And Jankovic makes a second save of the game after replacing Wester. Knežević, 1 goal from 6 attempts only. Poor success rate for her. Polman goes down. Well, I guess if Knežević is going to live on the floor, Polman finds her little spot as well to take a rest. Katarina Bulatović, I'm sure, knows exactly what's going on. Quick change across. Debbie Bond coming in at the back. That's a comfortable save for Rajcic, 21-year-old goalkeeper. 64 internationals for Montenegro. Into the wing, good space here. She wasn't going to miss from there. And Radicevic gets her 4th goal from 5 attempts. She's actually scored all 3 of the last goals. And there's confirmation that the Netherlands haven't scored for 6 minutes. And we've got 30 seconds remaining in the first half. The Ardleys now back to full strength again. Clock is still running. It's the Dutch time. They've got to get up and get going, or get it stopped. Well, they've got it passive play. Blocked again, and an awkward fall for Polman. Clock's been stopped with 7 seconds, this time stopped by Lazovic. And that's going to hurt. Straight down on the base of the spine. Oh, brilliant! Right on the buzzer, and it's going to be a 2-minute suspension. Groot battles her way single-handedly through the middle of the Montenegrin defense. And for that tackle, Jovanovic will also go off. Montenegro will start the second half short-handed. Brings to an end 6.5 minutes without a goal for the Netherlands, and there is confirmation. Jovanovic, 2-minute suspension, and that goal by Groot on the buzzer brings the deficit back to just 2 goals. It's 15-13 to Montenegro here in the Arena Zagreb. We'll take a short break, but join us again in just a few moments for the second half. We'll see you then. Welcome back then to the Arena Zagreb in the Croatian capital. Second round of games in the main round of the Women's Euro 2014. And at the interval, Montenegro are leading the Netherlands 15-13. Wester will resume in goal for the Netherlands, it appears, after making only one save from 8. Interestingly, the Netherlands have had 9 shots off target, only 4 of their shots saved by the keepers. Scored 13. Montenegro, much the same picture. 8 of their shots have been off target or hitting the woodwork. Only 3 saves by Wester and Jankovic between them. Rajcic, the goalkeeper for Montenegro, will resume. She's made 1 save from 2 after replacing Barjaktarovic, third best goalkeeper in the competition before the match started, but who's only managed 3 saves from 15 so far in the game. Bulatovic racing back. Top scorer for Montenegro with 5 goals, although it's Lazovic who's been the most economical with 3 from 3, and Radicevic with 4 from 5. They've just come back in the nick of time. The Dutch are ready. A long half-time break for Dragan Hadžić, who clearly had a lot to say. There is Lazovic, who scored all 3 of her efforts and barely settled. Play has started. Don't forget that if you want to see all the statistics and the other results and read some behind-the-scenes news and information, there are lots of videos as well. You can go onto the webpage EHF EURO.com. Dutch have started smartly in the second half. Smets opens the scoring for them. Polman sets her up, shoots inside. Rajcic, and Gruner's happy. Second goal for Smets. Plays for Thüringen, the German champions. Lazovic waits on the outside, very closed angle. Oh, well, Wester kind of ducked out of the way of that one. It was a cannonball from Mimidovic. Mimidovic, who's only played 6 minutes in the first half, and you see it again, Wester just duck out of the way. Polman, that's more like it. 2 from 5 in the first half. Not up to usual percentage, but that's going to help. What a surprise it's going to be if the Netherlands win here today. They'll remain top of the group. Be on 7 points, but will not be guaranteed yet a place in the semi-finals if they win. Wester makes a save. Plenty of cheering going on for the Dutch as well. They've got a bit of a following, and Polman, she's come out completely fired up in the second half. 2 quick goals. It's all square again. A 4th goal, smiles all round. Oh, misconnection. Recovered well by Bulatovic. She's fouled though by Dulfer, and will come back for a free throw. Dulfer's taken a blow in the process. The 20-year-old plays for the Dutch champions, Serkodak Dalfsen. Checking they're all there. 3 minutes played. And we've had, well, 5 goals now. Jovanovic. Third goal for her. Plays for Ici Paris in France. 3 of the Dutch players play their club handball in France as well. None for the same club, mind you, but they'll have met on court at least. Play on, says the referee. It was a good decision. Groot. Is it Snelder? No, it's Groot. They're showing the line player who put the block on. Here it is. Although credit to Snelder as well for keeping the defenders back. Groot, who was a little expensive in the first half as well, 3 from 8. The second half has started at a cracking pace. Lazovic couldn't quite control the ball and only gets a free throw. Good defending. I mentioned earlier about Montenegro qualifying for the European Championships from their group. The Dutch, for their part, were in Group 4. They finished behind Spain, but the top 2 in each group go through. So they both went through at the expense of Turkey and Italy in that group. Ah, brilliant play, Snelder. What a lovely pass. And suddenly, the Netherlands are in front. Great play, the Thuringen line player getting ahead of the defense, but the pass needed to be inch perfect. It's all going their way at the moment. Katarina Bulatovic comes away empty-handed. They still have possession. Ball being retrieved from behind the hoardings meanwhile. With just over 5 minutes played in the second half. So a 2-goal lead evaporated. It's now a 1-goal lead to the Netherlands. Breakaway quickly. Groot. And that's going to be another one. And the 2-goal lead has gone the other way. Van der Heijden. Her 4th. Team timeout beckoning, I wonder. Let's have a look again. Groot sets her up. She manages to pull away from Knežević. And it's 19-17 to the Netherlands. And they have called a team timeout.
Nije problem greška, ali vama se vidi u očima, više ste već izgubili, idete nazad.
Die 1 tegen 1 situatie. Je weet dat die aankomt vol er doorheen. Dan krijgen ze die 2 minuten of je komt er doorheen. En in de dekking zo blijven bewegen. Kels goed ervoor blijven. Als je ervoor gaat bij Bulatovic, ook je handen erbij voor die paas naar de cirkel. Hey, kom aan mij.
Nee, we blijven cirkel, wisselen, spring spelen. Cirkel begint tussen 1, 3 en 3.
So the Netherlands, if they carry on like this and beat Montenegro, well, if Sweden win the next match and then Germany beat France in the final match of the day, the Netherlands could find themselves remarkably in the semi-final of Euro 2014 by this evening. They've just had a 3-0 run and it's taken just 2.5 minutes for that to happen. Katarina Bulatovic. Knežević trying to get things going again. Line player's gone flying meanwhile and plays pulled up. Katarina Bulatovic being very well controlled by the Dutch defence, who are looking full of beans here in the second half. Into the wing. Not a lot of space, let her shoot. Oh, Wester! She ducked away from her post. From that angle, she just had to stand still, and Petrovic gets her first. Bit of a gift, I'm afraid. But Petrovic will be happy with that. Veteran of 112 internationals playing the 3rd Europeans. Pass goes begging. Trying to find the line, but it went sailing through. Into the wing again. And 2 in quick succession for Petrovic. And it's all square again. Team timeout by Jadzic seems to have done the trick. I'm afraid Wester still not having a happy timing goal with only 1 save in the second half. from 5 attempts. Polman's gone into the centre for the time being. Ruth. Here she comes now, trying to get away, but it'll be a free throw. Klikovac, 23-year-old from Vardar Skopje, is the one who stops her. Tried to bring her down, failed, and ended up on the floor with Groot running over the top, but she'd taken her 3 steps by then anyway. Hadzic, in constant conversation with his players, whether they're listening or not is something else. Talking to them on court. The two of them holding hands, trying to make sure that Polman's being marked. Well, an attempt at a Kempe comes to nothing for the Netherlands. They had a couple of good ones in the competition so far, but that one, well, it never got in the air, the ball. And the winger couldn't get near it. Into the wing. That's more like it. She had to stand her ground. That's it for Wester. Don't duck away, don't move out. Petrovic beaten this time. Polman loses possession, but gets it back because Klikovac was so focused on holding Polman that she failed to see the ball was clear, and there we see it again. I suspected Gruner saying just that to her. Every time she shoots in that kind of angle, just stay on your post, keep your hands up. At 178, she's got to cover the top end of the goal as well. And brace for impact. So it's all square. 8.5 minutes played here in Zagreb. Groot changed back. Oh, huge space for Luciano. That's nicely done. Runs it off her fingertips. And she's put them back in front again with her first goal of the game. Luciano, who plays for Metz in France alongside the line player Brock. So Montenegro have a game on their hands. Defeat here today, and I'm afraid they can no longer go through. Well, that's assuming. We mustn't say that too much, because of course it still assumes that Sweden beats Slovakia. And the Slovakians have proved to be a real surprise package. Knežević celebrates, but it took a bit of help from a defender. Scores a second from 8 only. Well down on her usual standard, just 25% success rate. No way through for Groot, who shrugs off Jovanovic, the captain. Snelder into the line. Luciano from a closed angle. That was always going to be a little bit difficult. And it's saved by Barjaktarovic, who's back in goal. Penalty, defending inside the area. And Katarina Bulatovic going on the rampage. 3 Dutch defenders on the ground after that action. So penalty's been given. Celebrations on the bench, but it's early days yet. So it will be Radmila Petrovic, one of the Budućnost players, who'll step up to take it, the right winger. Top corner, Wester goes right and down. Petrovic, though, aims high. And so they've steadied things a little. 3 goals in the second half for Petrovic. They're back in front, and we're past the 10-minute mark in the second half. Groot. Polman, yes! Barjaktarovic rooted to the ground as Polman launches her effort. Her 5th goal. She's had 3 from 3 goals in the second half, after 2 from 5 in the first. She's really got going. But the defence looking a lot more sprightly now on the Dutch side. Oh, that's a shame. Looking for nice move, and we've got a player down. It's the Dutch are quick. They've got a mini power play on for a few seconds. It's worked. Straight down the middle. Van der Heijden. 5th goal for her. Matching Polman now. Dutch edge back in front. Well, little mistakes, really. It's not been the most attractive game. It's certainly full of tension. Neither team settling into it. It seems to be advantage one way, and then the other team goes off the ball, and then it goes advantage the other way. Wester going down too quickly in goal. Pads the ball up, well stolen. Knežević's 3rd goal, 22 all. Dulfer, number 18, the defence specialist for the Netherlands, goes in early. Good block, got straight to the arm on Jovanovic. Luciano comes a long way out with the winger, marks her close, but gives away the free throw. That's fine. Jovanovic. Oh, Wester! Oh, the rebound fell kindly for Jovanovic as Snelder slipped. She tried to cover it. You see it here, the number 10. Tried to get up and her left foot went away from under her, and Jovanovic, free shot. Jovanovic's 4th goal from 7 attempts. Again, ebbing and receding. Polman just needed to flick the ball to the wing, but she's tripped on the way through. She's not happy. And the referees agree. Petrovic, who caught her very high on the way through. It was brief, but I'm afraid she went around the neck, and that will always get you sent off. So a power play for the Netherlands. Good play and good defence. Bulatovic, and Jela Bulatovic, that is, number 10. Top corner. Well, her long-range shooting, really, really good. Goal number 6. And Barjaktarovic looks on accusingly to her defence. Always tough though, the short-handed defence. It'll be flatter, it will give space at the back. Montenegrins turn the clock over a little bit here as a slow substitution is made. Jovanovic ambles on. French-based player. Well, short-handed, they needed something special, and Katarina Bulatovic delivers her 6th goal. 55% efficiency on her shooting. Groot back to the wing. There's just no space there. Passive plays being warned against them, even though the Dutch have got a power play on. And Barjaktarovic, it appears, with a fine save on a right leg. Thanks intervention from elsewhere as well. Well, the Montenegrins are happy. And so we've passed the midway point in the second half. It's finally balanced here in Zagreb, 24-23. Katarina Bulatovic, well covered by Dulfer, a long way out. She's at 10 meters covering her. They know she's a big danger. And she comes again. Dulfer picks her up early. Jovanovic. Knežević goes wide. He's trying to get the mop on to clean the floor. He's doing everything really, Gruner. Polman, Groot. Oh, intercepted, a lazy pass. Well, Knežević couldn't get the ball to pick up, but quick 1-2 gives it back to her. Comes off the woodwork and a lovely save by Tess Wester, the 21-year-old. The first one of Knežević rattles off the post. Klikovac had a chance to shoot. Would have been one of the easier goals, but Wester got back to her feet. Makes her 5th save. Chance goes begging for Montenegro. Polman. Too many steps. The Dutch are on a 66% shooting efficiency at the moment. The Montenegrins 56. Saved by Wester comfortably, but that's a penalty. Infringed in the act of shooting, and the goalkeeper from Oldenburg in Germany. Next to the referees, but that never changes anything, I'm afraid. So, Petrovic. And she scores. Straight, it seems, over the keeper. And Petrovic, 4 goals from 5 in the second half. Tries a quick shot down the middle, Polman. And a shove on Radicevic. Barjaktarovic's percentages slowly creeping up from 20% at half-time now to 25%. These teams have a tough schedule because whilst Group 1 played yesterday and have a rest day today, this group will play again tomorrow. All the matches in the main round need to be completed on the same day. Off the post, but that's a penalty. Tomorrow the Netherlands will be up against France, while Montenegro face Sweden. There's the incident again, and shove on Anđela Bulatovic. No relation, if you're wondering, to Katarina. So Jankovic returns in goal. She went the right way. She may even have touched the ball on the way in. I'm afraid still hasn't saved a penalty in the competition, while Petrovic has scored 3 from 3 today. She did, touched it. And this is slowly creeping away. Another run of 3 goals. The initiative seems to be slipping, I should say ebbing and flowing from one side to the other. Groot. Oh, brilliant play, but that's an attacking foul by the line player. Boch guilty of... let's have a quick look and see. Well, she wasn't... maybe an earlier push to clear the space, I suppose, or maybe standing on it. Groot still can't quite believe it. You got to put that behind you now. Don't let it interfere with your play. 3-goal lead for Montenegro. Jovanovic, Katarina Bulatovic into the line, bounces out of the hands of Lazovic, but she still gets a free throw. Little shove in the back by Groot. So Anđela Bulatović goes off to the far side, while her namesake comes around now. Ball straight back. Oh, good defence, but well, I wonder if that should have been a throw-in from the corner. Maybe it did come off the hands of the line player at the end. So less than 10 minutes remaining in this Group 2 match in Zagreb. Montenegro, who must win to keep control of their fate. That's nice though, Brock! Jovanovic slams the floor in anger. The pass behind should have been picked off, and Debbie Bond celebrates. Brock with her third goal from 3 attempts gets them back to within 2. A win here for Montenegro will keep the group wide open for now anyway. That's nearly stolen. And Brock desperately reaching out for it, but couldn't quite get there. It will leave Montenegro, Sweden, the Netherlands and France still all vying for those semi-final places. We certainly have one semi-finalist already in Group 1 yesterday. Norway's win over Poland confirmed them as group winners come what may on the final day. The match between Denmark and Spain tomorrow becomes de facto a quarter-final, because whoever wins that will be through to the semi-finals. A draw would be enough for Denmark. Luciano, meanwhile, bounces it too hard. She's been a bit expensive by wing standards anyway. 6 from 13 in the competition, 46% success rate. Barjaktarovic celebrates, but the reality is that it was a mistake by the winger. Chance to get it back to within 1. Still plenty of time. Bulatovic. A free throw as Anđela Bulatovic, 27-year-old veteran of 104 internationals, goes down heavily after hitting a Dutch wall. Brock, 1.85 m, the Dutch line player, 73 kilos, and holding her ground all the time. And still you sense the tension on the bench. This match is far from decided. Montenegro have not been able to show consistency throughout the half. Have just been prone every now and again to letting the Dutch hit a run and get back at them. Katarina Bulatovic, oh lovely. 7th goal. She's a woman on a mission. Pulled one back. Polman, and a 2-minute suspension will go with that as well. Polman's 7th goal. And Radicevic paying the price for a high fling with her arm that caught Polman round the neck. Radicevic tries to keep her calm. Radicevic still remonstrating and pleading her innocence. So while they're short-handed, Lazovic starting on the right wing, but coming around, slightly telegraphed. So Knežević at left back. Well, she's well and truly decided that it's time to step up and get these goals away and secure the game. And Katarina Bulatovic gets her 8th. Quick throw off taken by the Netherlands. 6 minutes remaining. There's one back. Courtesy of Martin Smits. Lovely arm action. So much explosion in that action to get that power. But Smits with her 3rd keeps the Dutch very much in the hunt. Lazovic now goes in on the line. He needs to try and put a block on Knežević, and she's stopped the 2nd time. Her arm taken by Dulfer. There it is. Knežević tries to shoot the 1st time, but as she picks up the ball and goes in, both Groot and Dulfer, in fact, are standing inside the area. We have 5 minutes remaining. Goalkeeper goes the wrong way, and Petrovic maintains a 100% record from the 7-metre line. 6 goal overall in the game. And they're back to full strength again. Oh, Pullman absolutely exploding into the shot, but she has fallen awkwardly and is looking in some distress. Clock's been stopped. She's certainly clattered down heavily. Look at this again, takes the shot, got knocked completely off balance and falls effectively on her right side, but flat as a pancake. Oh, Lazovic catching her foot as well, pulled her foot back from underneath her, the one she was going to try and land on. And she will be completely winded. And, rather distressed Pullman. The Montenegrin fans for the moment still looking anxious. 2 goals in it. It's there for the Dutch to hit back if they wish to. And they are trying everything possible here, but for the time being at least Montenegro just hanging on to that 2-goal lead. Pullman is up. They won't want to lose her, but I'm afraid they may have to give her a break, because that was a very hefty fall. It was not so much even just the fact that she fell backwards, it's the fact that her foot she went to land on was whipped away by Lazovic, and she's been sent off for 2 minutes for that foul. There she is. There's the result of her action. Pullman still trying to recover from it. So just over 4 minutes remaining in the game. Montenegro short-handed once more. Knežević looks for the line. Dispossessed, unfairly say the referee. Still the ball stays with Montenegro. Well, a draw would keep this group wide open as well. Everyone's still having a chance. And indeed, a Montenegrin win still doesn't end the Dutch chances of going through to the semi-finals. They need a few other results to go their way as well. And Pullman, I'm afraid, not looking like she's going to come back. And quite distressing. Hopefully she hasn't cracked ribs or anything like that, because you certainly wouldn't want to see her out of the competition. Katarina Bulatovic, well, as soon as she got away from a marker, they had a problem. Her 9th goal. And with Pullman unable to come back on again, Martin Smets is there. She'll drop into the wing in a second. We'll wait. See if Kramer or Dulfer will go into that position. Well, in fact, Dulfer's gone into the centre. Tries to lob the keeper. It doesn't work. And Barjaktarovic celebrates. just didn't quite get enough of a push off the fingertips. Luciano is individually marking Bulatovic. But the time is running down now. Montenegro back to full strength again. Jovanovic has come on. They haven't put Lazovic back on. Trying to find the line player. She says it came off someone's foot. Referees aren't interested. Groot. Dolfer comes around. Hands back to Groot. We're into the last 2 minutes of the game. And more than anything else, the Montenegrins have just kept the Dutch reasonably well at bay in the game. The Dutch have had only 42 shots for their 27 goals compared to 51 shots for Montenegro's 30. So the Dutch more efficient when they are shooting. But it's just that the Montenegrins haven't given them that many chances. Well, the Montenegrin fans are celebrating. It is beginning to look very unlikely as a team timeout is called by Montenegro. 3 goals in it. Only about 1 minute and 14 seconds remaining in the game.
Dik, beuk erop, dicht houden en die bal afmaken.
Well, in a finely poised match, it's a shame for the Netherlands that they have lost Polman from the attack now. Well, they seem to be all waving to the coaches to say, you know what you just said? Well, we're not going to do that now. We've decided we've got another plan. Polman, I'm afraid her match is over. And that was a crunching tackle with that leg swipe. Not Lazovic's finest moment. So 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining. And it's looking like Montenegro have done what they had to do to keep control of their own fate. A win here against the Netherlands, and Katarina Bulatovic has been absolutely instrumental as she hits her 10th goal. Groot, Dulfer, more of a defense specialist. Groot comes out again to help Dulfer. Can't get enough space, the defender keeps pushing up on her. Scored 4 in the entire tournament, Dulfer, number 18. Into the wing, fumbled though unfortunately, and we're well inside the last minute. And the Montenegrins celebrating relief as much as anything else because the Dutch pushed them all the way. There's Debbie Bont. He's actually roommates with Polman. We'll hear all about it tonight, I'm quite sure. Going for the Kempe. May have been a little nudge by a Dutch player on the way, but it's to no effect. Seconds remaining. They need a quick shot, looking for the line. Good defending. And there goes the buzzer, and it's going to be a direct throw. The ball's kicked away, but the match isn't over yet. Technically, they have to take the free throw. And they may have to curtail their celebrations briefly. I'm sure they gave a free throw. There's the goal by Katarina Bulatovic. The game was already sealed by then anyway. And it looks like the referees have given up. And so the match is over with a scoreline of Montenegro 31, the Netherlands 27. They fought bravely, the Dutch, but there was a lack of consistency in the end. And the Montenegrins did enough in the second half. Barjaktarovic marginally better, but still not brilliant in the second half with 4 saves, 7 in total. Polman, that is not a good sight, I'm afraid. Well, we do wish her well. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's not too severe. Wow, stern telling off there. Diana Carmen Florescu, Romanian referee, seems to be saying, can you just line up so we can get this player presentation done? Well, the Montenegrins, after losing to France in the preliminary round, really had to get the results in the main round. They've done it, 2 wins now so far. Beat Germany and now the Netherlands. They'll play Sweden tomorrow. So it's Groot who comes forward looking totally dejected, I have to say. Second MVP award, she got it against Sweden as well. Well, there you go, the smile breaks out. 26-year-old who plays in Denmark. Playmaker who works tirelessly in the Dutch team in the centre. In fact, I've just realised that Bont is in fact roommates with Groot rather than Polman, but I'm quite sure they'll all be talking about the Polman incident tonight. Well, 32, Bulatovic, Katarina Bulatovic that is. 10 goals from 15, a 67% success rate, only 2 of those penalties, all the rest from open play. Instrumental in keeping her team's semi-final hopes alive here in Zagreb. The other matches today may change things, but for now at least the Montenegrins know that they are still in the hunt. For Adzic, it's job done. For the Netherlands, well, we do hope Polman will be okay. A brave fight. A better shooting average, but it wasn't enough, I'm afraid, against the Montenegrins, who defended very, very hard. And so the Dutch, who had not been beaten so far in the competition, suffer their first defeat. They've had 1 draw against the Swedes, but their hopes still also alive of a semi-final place. So the Montenegrin fans who've made the journey have something to celebrate. So there is confirmation that Montenegro go top of the table after that win. Sweden, the Netherlands still on 5 points right behind them, while France are on 4 points. They're up next this evening. In fact, it'll be the 3rd match of the evening against Germany. And that's how it all looks at the moment. And these are the statistics of the game. And you can see that on the attacks, Montenegro more successful, but the Dutch more successful with their shooting. And then those 5 2-minute suspensions to Montenegro with that uncompromising defence. Well, next up, it's going to be the match between Sweden and Slovakia. Clayton Lucas will be here with you for that. I hope you can join him there. I will be back for Germany against France later on. I hope I'll have your company there as well, but for now we'll leave you with the statistics. And from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.